Okay, today is September the 9th, 2016, and we're looking at the Northeast Pacific Rainbow map, the infrared loop. We can see the first storm of the season right here, just moving past the Aleutian Islands. This is a 987 millibar uh, storm system right here. And also we had a storm right here yesterday, and this has now been identified today as a gale right there, moving into Canada. And also we see a right angle, a rectangle starting to develop on this on the core of that system, which is a transmitter, heating that core and preventing further development. Even though this is a giant system with a big frontal system, they will apply heat to this. We'll see a right angle develop, and then the center, the core, will be cut off from the frontal system, which will drift off by itself, and then they will just continue to heat the center until it looks like a milkshake. All right, so let's look at the water vapor map. Yesterday I missed some very important detail, and that is this upper level low pressure. This extends from sea level up to the 300 millibar level right there. And because that is there, they've installed an electronic fence, they call that. That's a transmitter generated blockade, right? That very thin black area, and that is preventing any moisture from the monsoonal flow from feeding into this upper level low pressure, which should be delivering some cool weather and possibly some rain. The fact that this has a transmitter on it, let's look at this in the western map, it's much bigger. We can see that counterclockwise rotation there. But the fact that this has a transmitter on it, there's absolutely zero moisture in this system. If we look at this in the IR map, there's no, we see over here we have the monsoonal thunderstorms, but there's just nothing here showing up. And that is because they've got a transmitter right on top of that. It's hindering development, it's preventing lift, and there's just nothing there. This is what they call not a closed, well, this was a closed low yesterday. What I'm talking about is a dry upper level low. This is what they call it on TV, a dry low. And that's just code speak for a low pressure system that has zero moisture in it. So because of this, the fact that this extends from sea level up to the 300 millibar level, we had a change in the jet stream. That was pushed north. 2 days ago in my video, there was a jet stream flow diving down through Oregon and down into California. Well, that was all changed. That was pushed north by all this high pressure. And then suddenly we have this low pressure spinning right off of San Diego and Southern California. And again, notice this channel of high pressure. This is a radar transmitter generated high pressure zone. This is an electronic fence, just to make it easy to understand. That is not allowing any of this moisture to get near that upper level low. Otherwise, we'd see moisture and rain. We did see some cumulus clouds over the San Gabriel Mountains today in the San Gabriel Valley and in the San Fernando Valley. It's nice to see some natural clouds in the sky for a change. That's pretty rare these days. So if we look at the jet stream map today, we can see that it's been pushed far north. There's a break here where that storm is. They've got a transmitter on that core right here. That's the end of the Aleutian Island chain right about here. And then we have a disruption right over in this area. If we go back to the big map again, we can see that pretty easily. Right here we have a disruption. And the IR map is where we can really see that right here. There's a big disruption there. That's a lot of evaporation. And they are separating these two systems. That's the emission right there. Got a transmitter here, and that will maintain some separation between those two large weather systems. This is a storm, that's a gale. This was a storm yesterday. And we have a developing hurricane right here. This has a 70% chance of hurricane formation in 2 days. We can see a little bit of a counterclockwise rotation right here developing. Okay, let's take a look at this. Take a look at this in the infrared map. This is the western U.S. map, and we can see some of that jet stream flow moving into Canada. Here's the surface analysis map, and we can see the storm identified right here off of the Aleutian Island chain right here. 987 millibar. This is the first storm of the Eastern Pacific season this year, 2016 to 2017. And then we have this gale that moved up into Canada. And then, of course, we have all the high pressure up here, which is going to block and prevent these two weather systems from moving down and getting near that upper level low. Now let's look at the southwest water vapor loop. We can see that channel of that fence, that electronic fence. This has been built in with a radar right here. We can see that there's just nothing getting over that that channel of very dry air. And we can see the counterclockwise rotation right here. And so when we have a condition like this, we always have the pressure, the barometric pressure is pumped up at the surface level. So we've got 30 inches on the barometer. Yesterday it was about 30.05. And today it was hot. We had to run the air conditioners today for several hours, whereas a couple of days ago it was nice and cool. But the last couple of days we've had to run the AC, and that is because high pressure has been installed right north of this system, because of the fact that this is a rainmaker. This is a potential rainmaker, and the only reason it's not generating rain is because they got a transmitter right on top of that, and it's preventing any development. That's a dry upper level low. That's what they call it on TV. That's just code speak for a upper level low that has a transmitter on top of it to prevent any development. But it was interesting to see those clouds over the 5,000 and 6,000 foot mountains, the San Gabriel Mountains, which run east and west. It's one of the only east-west mountain ranges in the world. Okay, let's look at the pressure maps. Here we have the sea level pressure map. We can see that area of low pressure just off of San Diego right here. We have high pressure right here in the East Pacific that will prevent these two systems from dropping down. We have that developing hurricane just south of Cabo San Lucas right here. So they've got that's the reason why this thing has got a transmitter on it. Okay, now here's the 500 millibar. We see that area of low pressure right there. And this is all high pressure all throughout this area. That's why the barometers are reading higher than normal, because we've got that developing hurricane and we've got this upper level low, which has got a transmitter on it. And then we have the 300 millibar map, which is a little bit different than yesterday. We had a closed low yesterday on that map. Today we've got a lot of low pressure all through this area, and then we have high pressure just to the north, and that will prevent this from moving north. This was going to stay right here. We've got high pressure all through this area. So owning the weather in 2016, we're seeing that again today, tonight, pretty much every day. Okay, what happened there? I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and refresh that. Hang on a sec here. Okay, here's the National Hurricane Center map. Let's take a look at this developing system right here. And we can see that this is a red X. That indicates 70% chance of hurricane formation in 2 days. Keep an eye on that. That is well to the south of this upper level low, but the reason that's why we have all that high pressure up here is to maintain separation. Okay, now here is the East Pacific water vapor loop. We can see that development and some rotation right here. And this thunderstorm here will be blown apart, I can assure you of that, as it moves near the southwest. Let's take a look at the east coast. We can see a spinning vortex right here, which looks like it has a transmitter on it right in that area. And they're blowing apart some thunderstorms, it looks like, in this area. We have something else spinning right over Texas, counterclockwise right there. And we have a flow of thunderstorms moving out to the northeast. Got thunderstorms over Oklahoma and Kansas. All right. And we have the ocean swell report for the East Pacific. We have 12-foot seas off of Northern California, 6-foot seas off of Central and Southern California. All right, let's just leave it right here. Actually, no, let's do this. Let's leave it right here. There we go. We have a right angle developing. Let's just leave it right here. Owning the weather in 2016. Okay, we'll do another one tomorrow.